Hello and welcome back to another edition of NXT Out of 10 right here on the Wrestle Debate. And after that incredible cage pit fight between Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher last week, could NXT back it up with another decent show? Show opened up with Candice LeRae v Mia Yim, which ended in a double count out. Would have liked to seen this match go to a conclusion, but I can imagine they don't want to give it away on a random TV show, which is fair enough, I suppose. However, the women continue to fight after the match ended. Other members of the women's roster tried to pull them apart, then a group of referees. Johnny Gargano and Keith Lee entered to support their partners, and the couples had a standoff before we went into a match which was announced over the loudspeaker that William Regal wanted this match. Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano defeated Mia Yim and Keith Lee after Candice LeRae pinned Mia Yim with a roll-up after Gargano stabbed Lee in the eye with his car keys. Gargano stood over Lee's title after the match. Didn't really like the first bit, but can see it kind of transitioned well, so that's fair enough. And the match was really good. Didn't give too much away, whilst Gargano got the upper hand with his heel antics. And it didn't really hurt Keith Lee too much. And it definitely built towards the match on Sunday. So this was a good start to NXT. Hence I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. A video package about Tommaso Ciampa's match with Karrion Kross was played, which included an interview with Ciampa. And then in the backstage interview, Dexter Lumis was asked who he thinks will win the NXT title mask. He remained silent, left the scene, returned with an easel and started to draw. This was very odd. Then we got another backstage promo. We got a lot of backstage promos actually at this point. In an interview earlier in the day, Drake Maverick said he felt no pressure about his upcoming match. Sure, mate, with your character. And then a video package played about Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream's title match, which included Cole hanging out with the rest of the Undisputed Era at a restaurant, seeing a motivational vision of Prince and analysis from Sam Roberts, Peter Rosenberg and Drew McIntyre. This was really good actually, I enjoyed this. Great character development and in a odd way to do it, and definitely built towards the match on Sunday night. It's Sunday night, by the way. So this was good. I'll give this a 6.5 out of 10. We then found out what Dexter Lumis was drawing, and it's a picture of himself driving a car with the Undisputed Era tied up in the back. It made me laugh there. It's quite good. But I'm not going to grade it. Then we got Isaiah Swerve Scott defeating Tony Nese with a sunset flip counter to a sunset driver. Jack Gallagher attempted to distract Isaiah Swerve Scott during the match, but it didn't achieve anything. Nese and Gallagher swore revenge on Scott after the match. This was okay. I mean, it was kind of just there. Isaiah Swerve Scott getting the win was the right decision. Kind of built, kind of didn't. I'm going to give it a 6.25 out of 10. Then had a number one contender match for Imperium's NXT tag titles. Breezango returned and with the mystery team, and they defeated the Undisputed Era, Fish and Strong, and Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch to win the title. To win the title opportunity. Tyler Breeze hit Fish with a beauty shot, and Fandango put him away with the last dance. Imperium entered the venue after the match, and Malcolm Vivens and Indira Share entered after them. All three teams stared each other down until the commercial break. This was a good match actually, and kind of like the contact between Imperium and Breezango at the end. However, I would have really liked to have seen Lorcan and Burch get the opportunity. They've been great recently, but also not complaining Breezango have got it. And it was a decent match, so I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. We then got Chelsea Green and Robert Stone cutting a promo about the Robert Stone brand. Green said after her win with Charlotte Flair, she's the hottest she's ever been, but then she fired Robert Stone, which was a bit odd. Then Santana Garrett defeated Aaliyah, who was supported by Robert Stone during the match. Really didn't like this whole Robert Stone business today. I think her and Chelsea Green are great together, And if the rumours are true that Chelsea Green is going out to the main roster, they should definitely go out together. So I'm going to give this a 5.5 out of 10. Then a video package about the upcoming NXT Women's Championship triple threat at In Your House between Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai. Before we got Cameron Grimes and Bronson Reid fighting it out. Cameron Grimes won pretty quickly with a cave-in. Karrion Kross then appeared in the ring after the match, hit the Doomsday Sato on Reid and cut a promo on Ciampa. This didn't really make sense. I get Cameron Grimes getting a win before his match with Balor, but then again it didn't really build to it. And then why did Karrion Kross come out? Very odd. Cut a promo on Ciampa. They did that earlier on in the night, the video package for it. So this was pretty odd. So I'm going to give it a 5.75 out of 10. 6 women's tag team match was then announced for In Your House between Mia Yim, Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart v Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Was kind of hoping for just Mia v Candice, but I don't mind the other 4 women coming in. Be an alright match, and hopefully we get Mia v Candice at a later date. And then, oh dear, it was our main event, the Cruiserweight Championship Tournament Final between El Hijo del Fantasma and Drake Maverick. El Hijo del Fantasma got the win after pinning him after hitting the Thrill of the Hunt to become the Cruiserweight Champion. As Maverick was making what looked like it would be his final WWE exit, Triple H entered and offered him a new NXT contract, which Maverick signed in tears. Oh, I hated this. It's the right decision to have Fantasma win the match, but it should have been a Fantasma v Jake Atlas final or whatever. None of this bullshit. Why was Drake Maverick even in the tournament if he was going to get released? And they've built on it. This is NXT. If it was Raw or SmackDown, they could have got away with this and with the whole Drake Maverick story. But I would say pretty much only hardcore wrestling fans watch NXT, which means they're not going to get away with this. And it was just piss poor by WWE in these times to have a storyline out of this. It was just poor, and I don't even think Drake Maverick will be of any real use for the company. It'll be forgotten again in a couple of months, and I imagine it'll be released again. I mean, it's just really is ridiculous. 3 out of 10. Overall this week, NXT is getting a 5.5 out of 10, which is such a shame because the first half of the show was so good with the likes of that Keith Lee, Johnny Gargano segment, and the Breezango Undisputed Era Lorcan and Birch match. That was all really good, and it just fell off a cliff with the whole Cameron Grimes segment, the Chelsea Green bit and the Robert Stone, and then the Cruiserweight Championship match. Just pure shit. It's just ridiculous decision by NXT to go through with this, and it spoiled what would have been a pretty alright show. This week I've decided to give the W to All Elite Wrestling. I thought AEW was a pretty okay show, and NXT was definitely on course to beat it before the show just fell apart towards the end, which is such a shame. But anyway, I believe that moves AEW up to 5-3. And then what else? The ratings. I can see AEW pretty much holding firm, maybe just dropping below the 800,000 without Mike Tyson, but I didn't see why viewers last week switch off. So I'm going to say AEW 795, and without the Matt Riddle Timothy Thatcher match, I can see NXT dropping down a bit. So I'm going to say 795 plays 625. And that is all for today, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let me know about what you thought about NXT and Wednesday Night Wars in general. Link to Twitter below for daily wrestling news. Thanks for watching. Bye. Subscribe.